everybody, it is Maquany, and welcome back to another episode of the Stanley Parable, but this time we're in the Ultra Deluxe Edition. This is the first episode of the Ultra Deluxe Edition, and this is the last series in the Stanley Parable series. This is the most recent game, came out I think last year, sometime around then, so this one is like the sequel to this original Stanley Parable that we just played. So let's go ahead and get into it. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? Yes. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. It is barely visible. Confirm. Please enter the current time. 1 50 oh 50s oh 56 not AM, it was PM. Oh well. Accessibility settings can be okay. I definitely did the time wrong. Oh well, I hope the time doesn't affect the game at all. I don't know why it would, but maybe they have a day and night version. Who knows? This is the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. Let's go ahead and begin the game. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Is never the end. Remember
This
though.
is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, the classic. This is the story
Stanley
of a
worked
man
for a
named
company in a
Stanley.
big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427.
So I don't know if this is the same game with more, or if it's just a whole new game.
How long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
What an eventful
Although
job.
Others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
He is happy. Happy
And then
Stanley.
one day, something
Happy
very
Stanley.
peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
We're Stanley now. Stanley! Okay. I hate Mondays. This is... So I think, from what I understand, this is... God dang, that sensitivity's high. This is like the classic... Yeah, it's the classic game, and then with more added. So... Not sure exactly what to do, but we'll just go ahead and I guess just go the regular way, like the way you're supposed to go, and see where we go from there. All right. Seeing if there was any better options. Alrighty. Let's get into it now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it
Stanley
mean?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I feel like I'm on the same game as before. I think it looks better though, right? Maybe? Or maybe I'm just tweaking. I don't really know. Why is this camera sensitivity so fucking high? Stop with the sensitivity. There we go. Okay. I gotta turn off every computer I see. It's just habit.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
He entered the door on his left. He entered the door on his left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley
closet!
decided to go up to his Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Guess we're just gonna casually do the escape ending all over again. Oh, but the question is Is the executive bathroom unlocked? Oh my god! Nothing's different. That's all I wanted to play for. That's the end of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. On little edition. I just wanted to play to see if the executive bathroom is still there.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly get in.
I want to say the graphics are better, but I think it's the same game.
Stanley to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I don't remember what's different though. Like, I feel like I get the feeling that there's some things that are different, but it's.
Descending deeper into
But I don't
the
know
building,
what's actually different
Stanley
or not, or if I'm
realized
just
he
tweaking.
felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more
Stirring
free
of
to think
emotion.
for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Bam, bam, shh.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind control facility.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Let
What
me go.
horrible
You
secret
can't
did this
jump.
place hold?
Get your first
Stanley
achievement.
thought to himself. Did he have the strength?
Oh, is it because I press spacebar or something?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers.
We've already been
The
through
lives of
this!
so many individuals reduced to images
Shut up,
on a
British
screen.
man. Let me go.
Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom
Let me be
meant
free. Freedom meant nothing. Let me be free. There's no such thing as
This
freedom.
mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Isn't
Had
this?
he
Never
really
mind.
been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept
Oh
it
my gosh.
blindly?
Who'd have thought? I don't care. Just let me go.
No. He refused to believe
I'm
it.
assuming
He
that
couldn't
once I do
accept
the
it.
ending that you're
His
supposed to
own
do,
life
then it'll go
in
to that
someone else's
Ultra Deluxe
control?
Edition, but we'll see.
Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking,
Okay, need to
eating,
make sure we turn this
working,
off, not
all of it
on.
monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over an...
Oosh! A boosh! A boosh! Meow! Wow! Wow! Wow!
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Blackness.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
Blank white
Unshackled himself from
space.
someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps
Just
his goal
happiness.
had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how.
Shut up! Let me just
Whatever life he
go!
lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth
Let me
knowing.
be free!
Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation.
This
Immense
is what
possibilities,
liberation
the new
feels like.
path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
He was happy. Happy, happy, happy. Achievement unlocked. Beat the game. That was easy. Okay, so now I'm assuming that something different's gonna happen. Like, it's gonna make it the Ultra Deluxe Edition.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go
Or
to the
not?
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe there's not a difference. And I have to replay this entire game.
When
Gotta
Stanley
hope
came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee
How do I
lounge
get to
first,
the Ultra
just to
Deluxe
admire it.
Edition?
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. Maybe I just have to play a few endings?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Yay!
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yeah, I am. I'm dead. Okay. There's no such thing as Ultra Deluxe Edition. Well, I did launch the Ultra Deluxe Edition, I hope. No, I did.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't know what to do, man. To get... Like, what way am I supposed to go?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Maybe I wasn't supposed to go to the right. Maybe I was supposed to go to the left again.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling away
I don't know
with
what I'm supposed to be
disbelief,
doing. Anything in the broom
Stanley
closet?
decided
No.
to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs,
I guess we'll go
to
upstairs.
his boss's office.
I really don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, though. Yay! Elevator! Boom, boom. This is my favorite part of the Stanley Parable right here! Boop, boop, doop. Stanley. Stanley. Fine, we'll leave. Ba-doop. Maybe the escape ending is the one I'm supposed to do?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He
I know
began
he's gonna make me
tearing
wait
through
if
papers
I-
on the boss's desk, pulling books
if
off the
I,
shelf,
do the code.
looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But as Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly
well.
as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments
Isn't healthy.
with some calming new age music.
Let me be free, ho!
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
No. Let's go. I honestly, like, I know it's the same game as before, but like, there's another game on top of it, so I don't know how to get to that game. I'm just kind of guessing. I thought beating the game would do it, but maybe I have to turn it on, or maybe the escape option.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape or mind control facility? Probably mind control facility, right? Okay. I doubt it's escape.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
You've already been over this.
What horrible secret did this place hold?
Ugh.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Ugh. You've already been over this, dude. Just let me be free.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
This is some stalker shit right here.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I saw a pencil sharpener on someone's desk in the place of a computer, and my first thought was someone's too stupid to use a computer, so they use a fucking pencil sharpener.
It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Never.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the control.
Surely it's not going to make me play this whole game again,
kept you enslaved
right?
All these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine.
Because I really don't want to have to play this entire game again after I literally just played this game.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Time to die, yeah!
Let's say, 2 minutes. This is making things a little more challenging, Stanley. It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
Okay, Blue 3.
This is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that?
G.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
You have 3 attempts remaining.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely
I did something right.
Of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone
Oh.
inside. before I let it
I thought I
burn
was
to
doing it right
dust.
here. Obviously, it's gonna be red,
This version of
green,
events has been rather
yellow,
confusing.
blue.
Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back
Okay,
the
well.
control wrested away from you.
Now it's
quite
broken forever.
rich. I almost hate to see it go.
Oh, well.
But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying
Wow.
this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock.
Please
right
don't.
now.
Just kill me already.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons.
Enable
these
backup
colored
power to
ones, or maybe
activate?
this big red button.
Is this
or
backup
this
power?
door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved?
You
Do
have one
have
attempt
any
remaining.
idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds.
Just
to
kill me
the
already. Let me
You're
go
still
home
playing instead
to
of watching the
death.
cutscene because I
Let me
wanna
just
watch you
die.
for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
No. Now
Take
I'm
a
just
look at
dead.
the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces.
Goodbye,
Will
employee
you cling desperately to your
427.
life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
I'm ready to
Make it
die.
count.
End
Or
it.
don't. It's all the
End
same.
my life.
All a part of the joke. And believe me,
End
I will be laughing at every
it.
second of your inevitable life
End
from the moment you fade in until the moment I say, "Happily ever
Happily ever. Absolute death. Gotta get a swig of that ice cold Coke Zero. Ice cold beverage. I still have no clue
All
what
of
I'm
his
supposed to be doing.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Still have not a
Stanley
clue.
decided to go to the meeting room.
I assume
Perhaps he
after
had sent
playing
a
this game
memo.
enough, it'll just allow me to, ah, there it is. 3 endings. New content. Ooh.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Why don't we check it out? What might be behind the new content door? Ooh, we're on a little, like, Disney World ride. Yeah, we really are. We're, like, on a little Disney World ride. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, this is cool.
And thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the
Game
Stanley
Factory,
Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the
2022,
game
yeah.
for consoles and home computers.
Oh, it came out on
The
console.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Yay! Stanley Parable World.
Please, step inside
Straight up a
and
Disney
see what
World ride.
thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Let's check it out.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning
this
of a
is very
mesmerizing
special to me.
adventure.
Elevator is very special to me. Oh, am I supposed to press a button or something? No?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Let's see the new content. Let's go.
I have to say initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
The content! Let me see the content!
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
New content, the jump circle. I can jump! It's a Stanley dream! Stanley's always dreamed of jumping. He's been jumping disabled since he was born. And now he can finally jump again. It's like a disabled person being able to walk again. He's so joyful. Oh, this is so exciting. Oh, well, I was only limited. Why is that such a low quality number?
Is that it?
That was it.
Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something
Back to the normal
else.
Stanley Parable.
Goodness.
You're able to jump 30 to 30 times.
Stanley, I have to say,
35
initial
times.
impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators.
What do
and
you mean?
jumping.
I loved it.
Is this what passes for exciting new content?
I loved
This
it.
is new content.
I got to
then
jump for
suggest we do
35
the
times,
whole
I'm happy.
dictionary. There's 20
I'm a
hours
very
of new
simple
content
man.
right there. Hell, I could count to 30
Not hard to
trillion.
please.
You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes.
More jump
I knew
circle.
there had to be something
Ooh.
else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
You know, I wonder if that cheat that puts the face punch on every texture in the game, I wonder if that works in the Ultra Deluxe Edition as well. Because I would love to see some areas like that, like what's down there. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Okay, that was it.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be
There's just a
kidding
chair
me.
in the
You see,
corner.
Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people.
Game
on
developers, they
Twitter
just
and
like
hold them
to
personally
throw like a little
accountable.
cheap DLC together,
It's
so
my
you'll pay
fault,
like 20
Stanley.
bucks for it.
I built up
Make
too
an extra
much
buck.
anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me,
Lived up to my
why don't we just
expectations. I don't know.
reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Oh, okay, or reset it for me. Thought he was gonna let me live in there if I wanted to, but whatever. Oh wow, we are not in the Stanley Parable anymore. We are now in the Ultra Deluxe Edition. Alrighty. What might be out here? Oh. Wow. Wow. That's the old hallway. Got you thinking about what it was. Alrighty, I'm gonna leave this one here. We're 427. Wait, no, we've always been 427. Never mind. I'm stupid. Alright, I'm gonna leave this episode here. Thank you guys for coming out and watching this first episode of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. I know we didn't get a whole lot done, but now we're gonna be in it so we get a juicy second video. It's for y'all, so that way we're not, you know, ruining the video, if that makes sense at all. Fun to me. We got the jump circle, so I'm happy. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next video.